This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 5 a.m. on Tuesday, February 6th. We're going to start things off by checking in with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, what can we expect as we're waking up this morning?
Good morning, Jessica. We're expecting some dense fog in some locations, not nearly as widespread as what we've seen over the past couple of days or even last week. But that dense fog advisory in effect for the foothills of the Blues. That includes Dayton, Walla Walla, and Pendleton until 11 o'clock this morning. This is where visibilities will be reduced, and we're seeing that in Walla Walla and Pendleton, visibility at a mile or less at this time. The rest of us, visibility looking just fine out there across the Mid-Columbia and the Yakima Valley. But we do have some very light rain showers pushing through the Tri-Cities and also back toward Prosser and Hanford. Once this batch is out of here, we're going to be drying things out as we head throughout the day. So we do have temperatures in the 30s, upper 30s to around 40 degrees. And here's your planner for your Tuesday. Starting off with some upper 30s, some patchy fog this morning, and then rising into the mid to upper 40s as we get deeper into the afternoon. We'll have the rest of your work week forecast and look ahead to when we have 50s back in the forecast coming up. Jessica, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. A public records officer for the city of Yakima has now been placed on paid administrative leave after being charged with the felony last month. Jeanette Mora was charged with first-degree burglary, among other charges, on Friday, January 19th, after police said she broke into the home of another city employee in the summer of 2022 and assaulted her while armed with a gun. A week later, an investigation by Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell found Mora was still at work despite those charges and other allegations. However, Friday afternoon, Mora was placed on leave a week after Goodell's report. Interim City Manager Dave Zabel says the move is not a disciplinary action against Mora and the city is in the process of doing an internal investigation. Yesterday marked 1 year since 22-year-old Daniel Ortega was fatally shot at the Randall Park Dog Park in Yakima. But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell says questions remain unanswered, including why the shooting even happened at all.
I obtained copies of 911 calls and investigative reports through a public records request and discovered a number of details that so far have not been released to the public. There's questions about the fact that Ortega called 911 twice about an hour before the shooting to ask for help, and why that help never came. There's questions about the length of time it took for dispatchers to send police to the dog park after multiple witnesses called 911 about Ortega's behavior. And while Yakima County Prosecuting Attorney Joe Brusick handed down his decision last week not to charge the shooter, saying he would not be able to prove the man wasn't acting in self-defense, records show the man didn't have a valid concealed carry permit at the time of the shooting. And there's questions about why prosecutors didn't charge him for that. I've spoken to family members who say even now, a year after their loved one's death, they still have these questions and more. Coming up later this week, we'll be talking to authorities about what happened here and whether this could have been prevented. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
And the search for Sophia Juarez is still ongoing. She was abducted as a young girl 21 years ago, the night before she turned 5 years old, as she walked in the area of East 15th and South Washington Street in Kennewick. Yesterday was her 26th birthday, and police say they continue to investigate her disappearance. There is a $20,000 reward for information that leads to her recovery. The Toppenish Police Department has announced a new police chief, Joseph Moline, and he'll take over for retired Chief John Clary. After serving 2 years as Toppenish Police Chief and serving in law enforcement for 30 years, Chief John Clary announced his retirement in December. Chief Moline, a law enforcement veteran with over 17 years of experience, has served in Toppenish since January 18th of 2022, previously holding the position of police captain, which is the second in command position. A proposal advocating for the construction of new cameras along Washington state highways in order to find speeders is one step closer to becoming law. House Bill 2485 gives the State Department of Transportation permission to test automated speed safety cameras on state highways. According to the bill, warning signs letting you know you're driving through an area monitored by speed cameras will be required. Additionally, the cameras would only be allowed to take pictures of your vehicle and license plate, not whoever is at the wheel.
We can't dismiss what's happening on our highways, and that is an ever-increasing trend of more fatalities.
House Bill 2485 authorizes WashDOT to develop a traffic camera pilot program to test the use of 2 to 3 traffic cameras on state highways, to evaluate the technology used, determine the impact on speeding behavior in areas of testing, and compile public responses to the use of traffic cameras on highways.
The bill officially made it out of committee yesterday ahead of another key legislative deadline. The legislative session ends March 7th. The city of Pasco has secured a grant that will help them repair 2 roadways near downtown. Apple Valley News Now spoke with the city of Pasco's interim public works director about how the city managed to get the grant and what they want to use the money for. According to interim public works director Maria Serra, a program specifically designated for National Highway System locations issued a call for federal funds. The city of Pasco applied for 2 of the grants in 2023 and was awarded both. Sarah says the $6.7 million grant will be used to fix city streets in downtown Pasco, including overlays and pavement treatment. And while the roads aren't quite bad enough to warrant a full replacement, some areas need a significant upgrade.
The criteria is such that the road needs to be in need of repairs, yet being not in such bad condition.
And Sarah says the grant will be used to fix Lewis Street and Ainsworth Avenue, and the projects will also include updates for compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act. They're expected to start this year, but full construction won't begin until 2026. And some great accomplishments are coming out of the Apple Valley News Now newsroom that we'd like to share with the community. Congratulations to Apple Valley News Now's Jill Sperling, who won the International Association of Firefighters Media Award for her story on firefighter cancer awareness. Congratulations to Jill. And if you like skiing, you'll want to enter to win this great prize package of 2 nights and 4 lift tickets to Schweitzer Mountain. Just visit applevalleynewsnow.com and click on contests, and soon you could be on the slopes of one of the Pacific Northwest's great ski resorts. We'll choose a winner at random after February 15th, so get your entry in today. Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, ADHD is becoming much more common as of late, thanks in large part to individuals sharing their symptoms on social media, but experts are recommending caution when it comes to diagnosing yourself with ADHD. Taking a look outside, the temperature is 38 degrees, and Tiffany Savona will have more on that weather, and we'll be back with more headlines right after this.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99, Wednesdays only at KFC.
Now, Mr. Johnson!
Let go of your butt!
ABC. Welcome back, slackers. I got cameras all over this joint.
She must be stopped.
You guys missed a lot.
Abbott Elementary, an hour-long supersized premiere on ABC.
Remodeling your kitchen? Fred's has the latest in kitchen appliances from GE Cafe on sale.
With a variety of custom cafe colors and options, makes it easy to personalize your kitchen.
And when it's time for cleanup, the GE Cafe dishwasher offers loading flexibility and a reversing wash arm to clean every inch of your dishes.
Get up to $2,000 in rebates in GE Cafe appliances.
Come in and see the great selection of cafe kitchen packages at Fred's.
Today, we seize the day, because at US Cellular, you can get an epic Samsung Galaxy S24 with Galaxy AI. Now, you might be wondering, do I deserve a free Samsung Galaxy S24? You do. You deserve it. Each and every one of you deserves one.
Even me?
Look under your chair. That's right.
Incredible. It's incredible.
New and current customers can get the Samsung Galaxy S24 on us with no trade-in. US Cellular.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book, posted at bimart.com. There's 16 pages of store-wide savings, including everything you need for Valentine's Day and more. At Bi-Mart, our members save more every day.
Here comes Eli Young Band, live in concert.
Crazy girl, don't you know that I love you?
Friday, February 16th, Legends Casino Hotel, Champinish. Eli Young Band. Buy your tickets now at Ticketmaster and Legends Casino Gift Shop. Don't miss Eli Young Band at Legends Casino Hotel, Champinish.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we can help you protect your joy, your legacy, and your dreams. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In health news, one of the most common childhood disorders is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, affecting millions of children, and symptoms can persist into adulthood. However, some experts say misinformation about the disorder on social media may put some people at risk. If properly diagnosed, people with ADHD can get medication to help with it. A clinical psychiatrist says he and his colleagues studied ADHD videos posted to social media after they noticed more patients come in with focus and concentration issues. The psychiatrist says social media may be helping to reduce stigma surrounding this disorder, but some believe it's doing some damage as well.
I think the whole conversation around mental health, of course, has changed for the better in the sense that people are actually quite open and honest about talking about their individual struggles. But the challenge or the flip side of it is that it almost becomes talked about term in the popular sphere where clinical terms might start to get misused.
Young says the research revealed more than half of the top 100 most popular videos at the time posted on ADHD had misleading information about the disorder. Their concern is that more people are diagnosing themselves with ADHD and getting treatment they may not even need. And according to the CDC, ADHD diagnosis begins with several steps. First, see a healthcare provider to find out if the symptoms fit the diagnosis. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a deadly weather system continues to sweep the West Coast, dumping over 10 inches of rain onto Southern California on Monday. And taking a look at SkyCam, temperature is still 38 degrees with the dew point of 37 degrees. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have more in that first alert full forecast when we come back.
The clock is ticking. Urgent search
for those 5 people on board the missing submersible.
Carrying tourists to the wreckage of the Titanic.
Was there any warning before the submersible imploded?
Fatal dive to the Titanic, Thursday night on ABC.
Dear Nowhere, it was quite a journey to get to you. Jostling through ruts, winding through pines, and crawling up a mountain. But guess what? I'd do it all over again. Keep it wild. 4Runner.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with Bathfitter's hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart. Fact, Bathfitter installation takes just 1 day to fit your schedule. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
You were nominated for Volunteers Count, and
and you won, and you've got yourself a $1,000 donation from STCU.
For a small organization like us, that is not an insignificant amount of money.
I'm more of a behind-the-scenes person, so when I do get the recognition for the stuff that I do, it's like very rewarding.
She was just the perfect person.
STCU Volunteers Count honors volunteers in our communities. Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess, nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting them to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
A ski area on the Idaho-Montana border. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning. Hope everyone is having a great start to their Tuesday. Here's another reminder. We're getting closer and closer to Valentine's Day, only 8 days away. So your time for shopping is coming to an end in just over a week. 33 days until daylight saving time, 42 days until spring officially begins, and 54 days until Easter Sunday. A dense fog advisory remains in effect for the foothills of the Blues. That includes Dayton, Walla Walla, and Pendleton. These areas could see reduced visibility to about a quarter of a mile or less. And that is exactly what we're seeing in Walla Walla and Pendleton. Visibility 1 mile or less. But the rest of the region, visibility is looking just fine. So if you live out in the foothills of the Blues or you're traveling there this morning, be alert for some changing visibility and allow for a little bit of extra travel time. We're taking a live look out of our Giesa Skycam. Sunrise at 7:13 this morning. We do have a lot of low clouds out there, and we did have a couple of showers move through the Tri-Cities just a little bit ago. We'll show you that radar coming up in just a second. 38 degrees in the Tri-Cities, 39 in Walla Walla, 40 degrees in Pendleton, 40 in Toppenish, 38 in Yakima, and 36 degrees in Ellensburg. Winds are light, and there's the light rain. There's only one batch of light rain pushing across the mid-Columbia right now. Once it moves out, we're going to be drying things out for the day. So a little bit of light rain may impact your drive if you're heading out right now in the Tri-Cities or even into Prosser and Hanford. But this is all moving up to the north, and then we're looking at a drier day today. There's just a big dip in the jet stream across the west coast. Now there's an atmospheric river bringing lots of heavy rain to portions of California. You'll hear more about that in just a minute or two after this weather update. But things have been pretty quiet across the region. We had rain yesterday. Today is looking like a drier day compared to yesterday. We have a little bit of that shower activity this morning, but then I think it's out of here, and we're just mostly cloudy. We will see some peaks of sunshine here and there throughout the day. High temperatures right around average for this time of year. 48 in the Tri-Cities, 48 in Prosser, 48 in Hanford, 45 in Walla Walla, and 49 in Hermiston. Tonight, we are mostly cloudy. I think some breaks in the clouds will allow some patchy fog to develop once again. Winds are light. The ground is saturated. Good recipe for some patchy, dense fog early Wednesday morning. So visibility could be an issue once again as temperatures drop a little bit lower overnight into the middle 30s. We could even get close to the freezing mark in the Yakima and also Kittitas valleys. Tomorrow, after some morning fog, mostly cloudy, temperatures rising back into the mid to upper 40s, depending on where you are. So there's not going to be much day-to-day change in our weather pattern going forward, at least this week. Your 7-day forecast showing mid to upper 40s over the next few days. Slight chance for a couple of showers on Friday. And then I think we will see more sunshine as we head into Saturday, 47. And we're back into the upper 40s, close to 50 by the end of the weekend and into next week. Yakima, 46 today. Tomorrow, 45 on Thursday. A little bit of a cooling trend over the next few days. Slight chance for a couple of showers on Friday, and then looking good as we head into the weekend. Walla Walla, we will keep those chances for showers in the forecast tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, and then the weekend is looking better. A little bit cooler in the foothills of the Blues, and then Hermiston, 49 today, middle 40s as we wrap up the work week. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And now to the storm being described as a once-in-a-thousand-years event. More than a foot of rain has fallen in parts of Los Angeles, triggering mudslides up and down the state, more than 300 in the city of LA alone. The storm system tied to the El Nino climate pattern has been wreaking havoc, causing more than 1 million power outages and killing at least 3 people. ABC's Andrea Fuji has the latest.
This morning, a massive cleanup effort is set to begin in California after a days-long storm packing historic rainfall-triggered mudslides and rare hurricane-force winds left a deadly trail of destruction. At least 3 people in Northern California have been killed by falling trees. North of Santa Cruz, this woman narrowly avoiding disaster. Ow! A tree falling onto the roof of her car, the vehicle damaged, but she's okay. Farther south, parts of Los Angeles getting 12 inches of rain, more than a month's worth in 24 hours. More than a dozen people had to be rescued.
Quick look at this Los Angeles River behind me is still surreal because it's usually dry, and now we've got these ferocious rapids.
The mudslides devastating. Dozens of buildings damaged or destroyed. Cars left buried in thick mounds of muck. Entire homes washed away.
So many slides in the hills around Los Angeles, but this is by far the worst. This home being pushed off its property onto this roadway, everything inside exploding out of it and sliding down this hill, including this piano.
Officials calling it one of the wettest storms since record-keeping began in the 1870s. President Biden called into a news conference with LA's mayor.
We'll get any help on the way as soon as you guys request it.
Through all the devastation, a heartwarming rescue. This man jumping into a rushing river in Los Angeles to save his dog. Firefighters pulling him into a helicopter and later finding his dog downstream. Both are now safe. Andrea Fuji, ABC News, New York.
And more rain is expected today, but it won't be as heavy, still with the ground so saturated. Officials are warning of more mudslides. And when we return on Good Morning Northwest, we'll introduce you to a 12-year-old Colombian migrant student in New York City who's making smart moves on the chessboard.
Injured by a big truck? My winning experience in trucking cases makes me a good choice to help you. I've been there and done that many times. Call me, Attorney Mariano Morales, the Heavy Hitter.
The Heavy Hitter is one for you. Call 853-2222.
This Valentine's Day, discover the perfect treat for your loved one at Country Mercantile. From gourmet selections to sweet indulgences, we have something for everyone. Whether it's a box of chocolates, a bottle of cider, or a jar of homemade jam, we have the perfect gift to show your love. Shop online today or visit our store to explore our Valentine's collection. Make this Valentine's Day memorable with Country Mercantile. Visit countrymercantile.com now.
Enjoy nature with McBee Mountain being a short hike away, and return to Anilari, where every sip of wine showcases Washington's beautiful terroir. Try one of Anilari's house-made pizzas where creativity and unique flavors change seasonally to pair with their delicious full-bodied wines. Take in the views of Red Mountain and experience the true meaning of farm to table, showcasing the fruit of the land and their efforts. Make your reservation to visit Anilari Winery today.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll get right to the point. It's the President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress.
Madam President, what's that mean for the average American?
It means saving $100 off every $1,000 you spend.
And Tempur-Pedic?
With bipartisan support, we've allocated up to $500 savings on select adjustable mattress sets and a $300 gift.
And how will the people pay for these so-called savings?
Try 6 years no interest and free shipping. The President's Day Super Sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
In life's delicate moments, turn to the compassionate experts at Tri-Cities Chaplaincy. Whether it's hospice, palliative, or grief care for adults and children, we are here for you in Benton and Franklin counties. And the best part, Our grief support comes at no cost to you. When life gets tough, we're here to guide you, ensuring you live your best life, even through the toughest moments. Visit us today at tccbestlife.org.
The table is set for Walla Walla's culinary celebration this February. Walla Walla Restaurant Month returns to spotlight the Valley's culinary stars. For 2024, the focus is on the bounty of the area's fine dining with 9 local restaurants. Each restaurant is offering 3-course meals for only $42 all month long. Visit our website here for more information to reserve your dining experience. Come savor the flavors from some of your favorite places or discover a new one during Walla Walla's Restaurant Month.
Injured by a big truck? My winning experience in trucking cases makes me a good choice to help you. I've been there and done that many times. Call me, Attorney Mariano Morales, the Heavy Hitter.
The Heavy Hitter is one for you. Call 853-2222.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. So a 12-year-old migrant student in New York City is becoming the queen of chess.
All right.
Mary Angel Vargas started playing the classic board game only about a year ago, and she's picked it up pretty quickly.
She's now ranked in the top 50 chess players in the U.S. for her age, according to the Gift of Chess charity.
Mary Angel's family moved to the U.S. from Colombia in 2022. They say to escape the gang violence in their country. Once they settled in New York, Mary Angel found out about chess lessons from a flyer at school.
And she says she would like to eventually become a grandmaster, and that's the highest ranking a chess player can receive.
And you know what this reminds me of? Have you seen The Queen's Gambit
on
Netflix? That's instantly what I thought of.
Oh, yeah.
And they even talked about a grandmaster, and that's how I know anything about chess, because I don't know how to actually play it. Do you?
It's become, I've played here and there. My husband and I have a chessboard. He's a lot better than I am, but it's because chess became kind of a trend in the last couple of years, and so there's streamers online who are playing it, and it's coming back
makes a lot more sense. You're gonna have to teach me.
Exactly.
I need to get with it. Well,
I'm not the
best. You'll still be able to teach me. Well, coming up on Good Morning Northwest, GOP senators left a closed-door meeting last night predicting that their party would not provide enough votes to move forward with the new border security bill. And a vote is rumored to be scheduled today that'll decide whether or not to move forward with the impeachment resolution against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
In today's Tech Bites, YouTube TV is expanding support for its highest video quality yet. The 1080p enhanced option is now available on many channels for users with updated 4K compatible streaming devices. The boosted quality initially started appearing last year ahead of this wider rollout. Tinder is out with new warnings. The advisories will notify younger users when they are being inappropriate. Tinder says the warnings will be 3 categories: authenticity, respectfulness, and inclusiveness. The updates will specifically target the app's main users, ages 18 to 25. Finally, The Simpsons is being credited with another correct prediction. This time, the new Apple Vision Pro headset. A very similar looking device was worn by several characters, leading to all sorts of chaos in a 2016 episode called Friends and Family. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
There's challenges, and I love overcoming challenges.
When Better Money Habits content first started coming out, it expanded what I could do. For Special Olympics athletes with developmental needs,
thousands of Bank of America employees like Scott spend countless hours volunteering to teach people how to reach their financial goals.
It felt good. It felt like I could take on the whole world.
What would you like the power to do?
Mucinex Night Shift fights your worst nighttime symptoms so you can get to sleep and wake up ready to go. How could you? Wake up to a new you. With Mucinex Night Shift, it's not cold and flu season. It's always comeback season.
Quarterback gets ready, steps up, hands off the wrist to the running back.
Oh, Fritz.
He spins outside.
What you got there?
Avoids pressure. Stretches and brings it home.
Right now in Good Morning Northwest, in a striking turn of events, Senate Republicans are now threatening to block the bipartisan border bill that would clamp down on illegal border crossings, a bill they helped negotiate. And the House is rumored to vote today on its impeachment resolution against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. And meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 5:30 on Tuesday, February 6th. Let's check in right away on that weather forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, how's it looking outside?
We are dealing with a little bit of patchy fog, Jessica, and a little bit of light rain. But overall today is going to be drier compared to the rainy day that we saw yesterday. So we're socked in with the clouds. This is what it looks like outside of our Giza Stadium camera in Pasco. And we have that dense fog advisory in effect just for the foothills of the Blues. That's where the fog is going to be the most widespread and visibilities will likely be the lowest. This goes until 11 o'clock this morning. And that is where visibility has dropped to 1 mile in Walla Walla. Now Hermiston down below a quarter of a mile. So just because that dense fog advisory in effect for the foothills of the Blues doesn't mean that we won't see patches of dense fog elsewhere this morning. So just be alert for reduced visibilities on your morning drive. A little bit of light rain impacting the Tri-Cities and points up to the north and back toward Hanford and Prosser. Once this moves through, we should be drying things out. Our temperatures in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. And here is your commute forecast. This morning, as we go to the 7, 8 o'clock, some patchy fog, temperatures in the 30s. And then this evening commute looking a lot better. Mostly cloudy, a few peaks of sunshine, highs around 48 degrees. We'll have your full 7-day forecast looking ahead to the weekend coming up. Jessica, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. And now on to the battle to pass legislation regarding the southern border and the country's immigration policies. For the first time in years, Republicans and Democrats have come up with a bipartisan plan to address the border. It has drawn support from both sides of the aisle, as well as from the conservative-leaning Border Patrol Union. But Republicans in the House still say the bill is dead on arrival. ABC's Ike Jochi has the latest.
This morning, it's being called the most sweeping border security package in decades, but it appears to be going nowhere. In a meeting with Republicans last night, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell reportedly recommended a no vote on the first procedural vote set for Wednesday, just hours after he advocated for the bill on the Senate floor.
And it's now time for Congress to take action on supplemental national security legislation that finally meets those challenges head on.
A bipartisan group of senators unveiling the $118 billion package that adds $20 billion to strengthen border security, hiring new officers and Border Patrol agents. It also includes a trigger mechanism that automatically shuts down the border if migrant apprehensions reach 5,000 a day. The bill also contains $60 billion for Ukraine and $14 billion for Israel. The conservative Border Patrol Union endorsing the deal, and its acting commissioner says it provides them with the strongest set of tools we have had in decades. New doubts from Senate Republicans followed days of pressure from former President Trump to kill the bill.
This is a Democrat trap. It's a trap for Republicans that would be so stupid, so foolish to sign a bill like this. This bill can't be signed.
House Speaker Mike Johnson also doing an about-face. In November, he pushed for a bipartisan agreement. Now, he calls the bill a waste of time and dead on arrival.
I just don't believe that the Senate bill, as I've explained in all of our statements, meets the criteria that's necessary to solve the problem.
President Biden with a clear message to Speaker Johnson. Pay attention to what the Senate is doing.
We got a bipartisan deal all this time, and now they're starting about the border. It's out of control. Well, guess what? Everything in that bipartisan bill gives me control.
Leaves wartime funding for Ukraine and Israel up in the air. And the White House says President Biden would veto a standalone aid package for Israel proposed by the House. This as a Senate border deal that would include aid to U.S. allies now appears on shaky ground. In a statement, the White House said, quote, the administration spent months working with the bipartisan group of senators to reach a national security agreement that secures the border and provides support for the people of Ukraine and Israel. The statement calls the standalone offer, quote, another cynical political maneuver. The standalone measure was floated by House Speaker Mike Johnson last week. Johnson responded to the White House, calling the veto threat a, quote, betrayal of our great ally and friend Israel in their time of desperate need. And a GOP source says the House will vote on its impeachment resolution against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas today. The exact timing of the floor vote is unclear. The House Homeland Security Committee advanced their impeachment resolution last week. Republicans on the committee allege that Mayorkas has committed high crimes and misdemeanors for his handling of the southern border. Democrats on the committee argued the evidence does not reach that high bar. If the full House passes the articles, Mayorkas would become the first cabinet secretary to be impeached in nearly 150 years. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, if you're gearing up for the big game this weekend, we'll give you an idea of just how much it'll cost to throw your Super Bowl watch party. And taking a look at SkyCam, the temperature is still 38 degrees. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have more in that first alert full forecast. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
7 years ago is a pretty great way to start a speech. But if it's also the same age as your furniture, it might be time for a home refresh during the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and check out special purchases while they last. Plus 6 years, no interest. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The President's Day Super Sale on now at Furniture Row.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's network free for 30 days?
Yeah.
Use this app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
Oh, wow. U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow. Still have 5G here, too. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my... Rec room. Yep, it's working. Hey, thanks for the lift.
Test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network free for 30 days.
Those went fast. Okay, now what do we say?
Cook 'em, flip 'em, enjoy 'em.
Cook, flip, enjoy what?
Ajinomoto authentic Japanese goizers.
Gyoza.
Cook 'em, flip 'em, enjoy 'em. New Ajinomoto authentic Japanese style gyoza. Crispy, juicy, on your table in minutes.
And what do we call them? That'll do.
New Ajinomoto authentic Japanese style gyoza exclusively at Costco.
Only Electrolux has Smart Boost technology for the most effective stain removal, extending the life of the clothes and fabrics you love for a more sustainable future.
The new Electrolux Laundry Tower gives you all the performance in half the space. Now at Fred's Appliance.
Dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
A ski area on the Idaho-Montana border. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In consumer news, are you hosting a Super Bowl party this year? If you are, you can expect to spend a little more than last year, and that's because the price of groceries are slightly higher. But what if you want to splurge and head to Vegas to watch the big game at a bar? Jen Sullivan breaks down this year's costs.
It's often the most watched TV event every year in the U.S., the Super Bowl. Roughly 112 million people across the country plan to throw or attend a Super Bowl party this weekend, and more than 16 million plan to watch at a bar or restaurant, according to the National Retail Federation. And with Super Bowl 58 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers being hosted in Las Vegas, you can expect big crowds and high prices in Sin City.
It's a big weekend in Las Vegas.
If you want to travel to Vegas just to watch the game at a bar or casino, here's what you can expect to pay. The average price for a hotel room this upcoming weekend is $391 per night, according to travel platform Hopper. Compare that to this past weekend, prices were $161 a night.
I don't think we're going to be able to score some great Super Bowl deals.
It will be much cheaper to watch from your couch. The National Retail Federation says total Super Bowl spending for food, drinks, apparel, and decorations are expected to reach a record $17.3 billion. That averages out to $86.04 per person.
A Super Bowl party at home is going to be the best way to get the bang for your buck.
Shoppers are still paying more for food. According to a Super Bowl food spending report by Wells Fargo, ground beef prices are up nearly 12% compared to a year ago. But the price of fresh chicken wings is cheaper, averaging $3.26 a pound. Here's a savings tip. That same report suggests canned soft drinks will cost more than bottled ones. That's partly because the cost of aluminum is higher. I'm Jen Sullivan.
And Southwest Airlines has unveiled plans for a revamped cabin. The refresh will affect new aircraft deliveries starting next year. The new features passengers can expect on future flights include multi-adjustable headrest cushions, personal electronic device holders, in-seat power ports, and larger overhead bins. Southwest employee uniforms also will be getting a makeover. And thousands of people are expected at the annual WineFit Convention and Trades Show in Kennewick. Our very own Riley Fitzgerald joins us live in studio to talk about what this convention means for the industry. Hey, Riley.
Hey, Jessica. Well, it started at the Three Rivers Convention Center yesterday and continues through tomorrow afternoon. Organizers say they're expecting around 3,000 attendees and more than 180 vendors. WineFit is a chance for growers and winemakers to get together with industry providers. We're talking advertisers, equipment providers, and researchers. The executive director of the Washington Wine Growers Association says an event coming up this morning is one of her personal favorites.
I really look forward to the state of the industry. It's such a great way for everyone to come together, be thoughtful in where are we at right now, and really take charge of our own destiny. What does the future look like so we can maintain that thriving Washington wine industry?
There will also be talks about heat impacts on the wine industry, sustainability, and even storytelling with a great label. Registration is open to the public and prices range all the way from $40 for a single day access to the trade show to $1,800 for VIP access to the wine party and auction coming up this evening. For Apple Valley News Now, I'm Riley Fitzgerald. Jessica, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley. And for wine lovers looking to expand their palate, you can join a wine sensory panel put together by a WSU viticulture and enology researcher searching for volunteers. I could volunteer for this. Well, the research study looks like this. Panelists will be trained to identify specific aromas and tastes in wine. They'll also be asked to score wines based on the results. Each session will be held at St. Michel Wine Estates WSU Wine Science Center in Richland. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Super Bowl week opened last night with a sensory overload spectacle at the Las Vegas Allegiant Stadium with a sprinkling of Taylor Swift. We'll check it out coming up next. And taking a look outside, 38 degrees as you head out the door. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have more weather news in that first alert full forecast, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last. Plus, 6 years, no interest. The President's Day Super Sale on now at Furniture Row.
Need a new best friend? Then check out Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, where each Wednesday you'll meet lovable pets from shelters that are looking for their forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Windermere Group 1 and Apple Valley News Now.
Prosser Memorial Health has received a 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Prosser Memorial Health is one of just 483 hospitals nationwide to receive their highest rating, and the only critical access hospital in the state of Washington. For more than 75 years, Prosser Memorial Health has provided high-quality and compassionate care to our communities served. It's our privilege, and we look forward to bringing you a new hospital in 2025. This is how we care.
This Valentine's Day, discover the perfect treat for your loved one at Country Mercantile. From gourmet selections to sweet indulgences, we have something for everyone. Whether it's a box of chocolates, a bottle of cider, or a jar of homemade jam, we have the perfect gift to show your love. Shop online today or visit our store to explore our Valentine's collection. Make this Valentine's Day memorable with Country Mercantile. Visit countrymercantile.com now.
When you get hurt on the job, you never know if you're going to get paid by Labor and Industries. Let Bothwell and Hamill fight on your behalf for your workers' comp. We can often increase your compensation. The sooner you call us, the better. If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
Dear Winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles, with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Toyota has 22 all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles, more than any other brand. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Dishwasher on the fritz. Laundry giving you fits. A water heater that quits. In a world without Culligan, hard water makes life harder. Get a Culligan softener, the world's best. Put your water worries to rest.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit Queen for only $299.99. Plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The President's Day Super Sale, only at Denver Mattress.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning. Hope everyone has a good start to their Tuesday. We do have some patchy, dense fog that has developed primarily along the foothills of the Blues. That is where that dense fog advisory is in effect until 11 o'clock this morning. That is where visibility has dropped to a mile or less as of right now. Walla Walla, you've actually come up to 2 miles. Hermiston, 1 mile. Pendleton, still down to below a quarter of a mile. So these visibilities will fluctuate, and the worst of it typically occurs right around and after sunrise. So it'll probably get a little bit more foggy in these areas as we head into the next few hours. If you're located in the Tri-Cities, Prosser, Yakima, there could be a little bit of fog this morning, but it's not going to be nearly as bad as our friends to the east. Sunrise, 7:13 this morning. This is what it looks like out of our Giza Stadium camera in Pasco. You could see those clouds, though. We have a lot of low clouds out there right now, and temperatures have been holding steady in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. That's 38 currently in the Tri-Cities, 38 Walla Walla, 36 in Dayton, 39 in Connell, 37 in Yakima, and 39 in Moses Lake. Winds are light, and since the ground is saturated after the rain yesterday, that's why we have the fog that has developed. And there actually have been a few very light rain showers pushing across the region this morning. That rain still impacting the Tri-Cities, Prosser, and into Hanford and Benton City. But we will see these showers push off to the north. So for most of you, we will be drying out for your morning commute. But if you're heading out right now, there could be a little bit of rain out there, but it is on the light side. Satellite and radar regionally showing that we are under a big dip in the jet stream. We've just had these pieces of energy rotate through. That's why we've had these really slight shower chances in the forecast over the past couple of days, but that should be going away as we go throughout most of the rest of the work week. So today we're mostly cloudy. Later on, there will probably be a few peaks of sunshine here and there, which will be nice, won't it? With highs in the upper 40s for the Tri-Cities, up toward Hanford and Prosser, close to 50 in Hermiston, touch cooler across the foothills of the Blues where the fog may hang on a little bit longer, 45 in Walla Walla. As we take you into tonight, mostly cloudy with some breaks in the clouds. We will likely see more fog develop tomorrow morning, so we'll probably be talking about the same thing as you're waking up on your Wednesday. Low temperatures in the middle 30s, so maybe a little bit colder tomorrow morning, getting close to the 32-degree mark out across the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. Tomorrow, starting off with the fog and then ending up back in the mid to upper 40s, so there's not too much day-to-day change this week since we're under the influence of that big dip in the jet stream. But we will see some improvements as we head into the weekend. So a lot of clouds today, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Friday, we could see a few isolated showers. And then Saturday, I think we'll see more sunshine. High pressure will start to build in, especially after Sunday when we'll introduce another chance for light rain. Yakima, highs in the middle 40s throughout the rest of the week with that slight chance for rain on Friday. And then in Walla Walla, we will keep those chances for some light shower activity in the forecast Wednesday, Thursday, and then going up on Friday, but looking drier as we head into your Saturday. Hermiston close to 50 today, and then we cool it down just a little bit Wednesday and Thursday. Jessica, over to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. And now to the frenzy happening in Las Vegas as the Super Bowl is only 5 days away. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
Super Bowl mania kicked off in Las Vegas last night. It was a media day unlike any other.
This is probably the most people I've seen on an opening ceremony night.
23,000 fans packing into Allegiant Stadium as reporters interviewed the players. Can you guess which one got the most attention?
What a time to be alive, baby.
Travis Kelce attracted a bigger crowd than his all-star quarterback Patrick Mahomes. And most of the questions, not about football.
She's unbelievable. She's rewriting the history books herself.
The Chiefs tight end was bombarded with questions about his girlfriend, Taylor Swift, one day after her big win at the Grammys.
I told her I'll have to hold up my end of the bargain and come home some hardware too.
Reporters asking him if he's heard her new album.
I have heard some of it, yes, and it is unbelievable. I can't wait for her to shake up the world when it finally drops.
What his favorite Taylor Swift song is.
Right now, I'd probably say Anti-Hero just because I hear it every single day.
And wondering if there may be more than one ring presented this Sunday night.
I'm focused on getting this ring, and that's all that my mind's focused on right now. Vegas weddings are out of control, absolutely insane. I don't know if I'll ever have a Vegas wedding.
With Swifties joining football fans to watch the big game, advertisers are preparing for a record audience.
It's a big commercial.
Tell them what it's due.
This year's Super Bowl ads are all about celebrities. The Beckhams for Uber Eats.
I feel good.
And Jeremy Renner, 1 year after his snowplow accident, in a commercial for Silk. But with Swift Nation expected to be glued to the screen, expect to see more products marketed to women.
That's suspicious.
Makeup brand NYX is teaming up with Cardi B for its first Super Bowl ad.
We're seeing new brands jump in now like we haven't seen. The moment is too unique and too special for them not to take advantage of it, for them to sit on the sidelines anymore.
And a 30-second Super Bowl commercial costs up to $7 million this year. And when we return on Good Morning Northwest, this Batman may not be vengeance or the night, but this hero in Waco, Texas is doing his part to help the homeless in his area.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Stop in for our Founders Celebration Sale and save up to $150 on select sets of Ford tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
You were nominated for Volunteers Count, and you won it. You've got yourself a $1,000 donation from STCU.
Very rewarding. It makes it all worthwhile.
She was just the perfect person. Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
Danny was rear-ended by a semi-truck. Serious injuries.
The back end was in the back seat. There was nothing left of the rear.
Danny was in pain, and the insurance company was giving him the runaround.
Mariano's reputation and experience gave him an advantage over the insurance company that I didn't have. I felt very comforted. I felt like I was going to be taken care of, that I didn't have to worry about it.
The insurance company couldn't run around me, and Daniel got paid a lot.
He lives up to his reputation, which is somebody who gets results.
Call 853-2222.
Wow, you really made our dreams come true.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve.
Guess that's what American Family Insurance is for. He's the wise twin.
Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto with American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Navigating a real estate transaction can be overwhelming, from finding the right property to navigating the closing process. That's why a successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process, an in-house marketing team to maximize your home's exposure, transaction coordinators to ensure accuracy throughout the transaction, and a network of local industry experts. With Windermere on your side, you can have peace of mind and confidence in your real estate journey.
The best way to end your day. Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Here's your close to home forecast. First off, we're starting off with some patchy fog, and visibilities are down to a mile or less in Walla Walla, Hermiston, and Pendleton. So that's where the fog is the most widespread this morning, and visibility will probably drop as we get closer to sunrise. Let's show you the forecast for today. Once the fog lifts, we are going to see mostly cloudy skies, but I think we will see some peaks of sunshine. 46 for Yakima, 43 in Ellensburg, 48 Sunnyside, Tri-Cities, 48 degrees, close to 50 in Hermiston, 48 degrees in Prosser, 48 in Hanford, 45 in Connell, and just a little bit cooler along the foothills of the Blues where the fog may persist a little bit longer. 48 in Dayton, 45 in Walla Walla, and 46 degrees in Pendleton. We'll have your full forecast, including your 7-day, coming up over the next hour. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And making a difference now, Batman is starting to circle the streets of Waco, Texas, all in the name of a good cause. So Alex Fulton checks in from Waco after talking with the Caped Crusader about how he's giving back to others.
We can see here people every day that have carts that have all their entire lives in that cart.
Batman is bringing some good to the Waco area.
They're seemingly invisible to the entire world.
You'll find him riding his motorcycle, not looking for evil, instead looking for homeless people to give care packages to.
I think if we could just reach out and make a difference in one person's life, I think that would make all the difference in this community.
These backpacks are stuffed with snacks, hygiene items, and warm winter clothes, all donated by Good Samaritans in the community.
The plan is to drive around the community and locate those that are in need, maybe those that are less fortunate, and with permission, ask if we could, do things like pray for them, give them a care package.
You can call this Caped Crusader Bruce Grom, but that's not his real name. There's a hidden meaning behind his hidden identity.
I want people to understand it's not about me, it's not about a person, it's about an